Hi, Vanner family. This is February's Mental Health Monday. But before we get started with Mental Health Monday, I just want to remind you that helping out your favorite YouTubers is easier than you think. Watching the video from start to finish helps us greatly. Watch as many of the ads and as much of the ads as you can without skipping along the video. If we have a Patreon, ask us or check for a link. I have one and it's down in the description box. Or if we have a membership program with YouTube where you can partner with us on this same platform, look for that join button right next to the subscribe button. Click on it, join, get some extra perks from Patreon and YouTube memberships, and help out your favorite YouTubers. Now, I don't know if it was right or wrong, but I asked a friend for some subject matter for Mental Health Mondays because I didn't want to always be on a tirade of my stuff. I wanted to get some other people's info. And they gave me a list. I didn't choose the first thing on the list to talk about, but one thing they put on the list struck me, and so I decided, you know what? I'm going to touch on this because I've gotten better at this, so maybe this is something I can help someone else with. Just as a reminder, Mental Health Mondays are peer support. I am not a medical professional in any shape or form. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a nurse. I've had no training. I'm not a psychiatrist, psychologist, counselor, therapist, none of it. This is just peers supporting peers. If you need clinical help, I suggest you find a doctor, psychiatrist. If you are feeling so bad that you're thinking of taking your life, please go immediately to a hospital or call 911 right away. All right, all that disclaimer out of the way. That being said, so the thing that my friend shared with me was how do you be mentally available for others? Let me repeat that for those that didn't hear me. How do you, struggling with your own mental health, be mentally available for others? All right. I've gotten better at this over the years, and I just want to share some tidbits of how I was able to get a little bit better at this over the years. I'm not saying I'm perfect, but I've gotten a little bit better over the years. I will say this. It is hard to be my friend. It is hard to be my friend. I am a non-pharmaceutical medicated bipolar 2 diagnosed anxiety, stubborn Taurus horoscope sign individual. So it can be difficult to be my friend because I'm moody as hell. Yeah. My moods come and go. My happiness comes and goes. My mania, which produces itself in hyperactivity, insomnia, and those kind of things, kind of like Energizer Bunny on crack. Yeah, comes and goes. I, at times, lack poor judgment and don't have a filter. I also, at times, get to the point where decision making could be questionable because I don't really think things through. I just make a choice and whatever happens, happens. And so, yeah, sometimes that can be hard to be my friend. It is what it is, though. So I've made friends over the years, especially VanLife friends. I almost feel more of a kindred spirit type connection with people that I've met over the last almost 5 years than people I've known since like middle and high school. I actually don't communicate with any middle or high school friends, which I read something from someone who I enjoy reading what they write. And it said something about if look at your friends, and I'm very, very much paraphrasing. Look at your friends. Do they have any friends from their youth still in their lives? And if so, you might want to question their friendship. And I took offense to it, honestly. I took great offense to it because I'm one of those people that does not have friends from her youth in her life. Granted, I did not have very many real friends from my youth to begin with, but I really only had 2 really good friends from my youth, and one passed away, and the other became part of a religion that almost seemed cultish to me. And then she moved completely away to the Midwest or somewhere. I found her once on Facebook and friended her, and we kept in touch a little bit here and there. At least I could see what she was doing. But yeah, I didn't like the way she was talking on Facebook. I didn't feel like, I felt like she definitely was not herself. Not that we're going to remain who we were when we were younger, but I felt like her voice was gone. So anyway, I'm not going to get into that. That's not what this is about. So I have friends from the last school that I worked at. I have a friend from there who I stay in contact with every once in a while. And I have the van life friends that I've made, and a couple other adult friends that I have made who I feel very close to, even if it's been months since we've actually talked. When we do text or talk or get together, it's as if no time has passed, and I enjoy their friendship and just knowing that they're there and I check on them. So that is one of the things I want to say, how you can be mentally available to people when you're struggling with your own mental health. I've had conversations with people about how tough it is to be my friend, and I understood that it was tough to be my friend. And so I think even just opening up and letting people know that you know kind of takes some pressure and some, eases some of the weight off of their shoulders, because it's not completely on them to maintain this friendship. It goes both ways. And for you to admit that, hey, I know being my friend is difficult. I know I'm moody. I know I have, these things going on with me, but I also still want to be your friend. Just know that I can't always reciprocate the love and the attention that a friendship requires. And I know I'm not your only friend, but I want you to know this is how things are with me. And so I think people appreciate that. So if that's not something you've done and you find it difficult to maintain friendships, then that might be something that you could try with friendships you are wanting to keep. Sometimes people go out of our lives and we don't even care. And sometimes it's a good thing, because you're like, well, hell, I'm not pressed. I'm not bothered by that. And so if that's the case, then don't pursue those people. I'm talking about people that you want to maintain relationships with. So definitely have that conversation. It's difficult. It's hard. If you have anxiety, write it down, mail it to them, do it in a text, do it in an email, and apologize for not doing it in person. And just tell them that's one of the things that makes it difficult to be your friend. Just put it all out on the table, basically. Another thing that I've been doing lately, and some of you watching are recipients of this, is every 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months, whatever it may be, I just text people and check on them. I go through my text messages. I start all the way at the bottom and just see who I haven't been texting and how long it's been since I text them. And I basically just send something that basically says, hey, I'm busy. You're busy. Obviously, we haven't talked in a long time. I'm just checking on you, making sure you're okay. I'm doing okay. Life's crazy, but I want you to know I'm thinking about you. No need to get back to me. Just want to let you know I'm thinking about you. And I just send that text out to a bunch of people. I change up the wording. If there's something in their last text conversation that we had that I want to check up on, I'll add that to it. If they've been on my mind specifically, heavily, and I'm reaching out to them, I'll tell them that, hey, you keep popping in my head, or hey, I had a dream about you. I just want to check on you, make sure everything's okay. Clearly, you're put on my thoughts for a reason. Hope all is well. You know, if I know specifics about their family, I might touch on that real quick, but literally like a paragraph or less of a text. And I do that often. Now, there have been, when I've gotten to the bottom of my list, there have been times where I see that I've sent the last 3 or 4 with no answers. And so then I skip over them. I don't send it to them again because several things could have happened. I try not to go dark with it, but it's possible. They may have passed away. They may have gotten a new phone number and completely changed their number, and I'm texting a random stranger who's just not answering me back or has blocked me. They may not want anything to do with me anymore, and they're just afraid to say that, and they've blocked me, and they're not getting these texts anyway. And so a lot of times I just say, okay, well, hey, the last 3 or 4 times I've been texting, they haven't said anything back, even though I said no need to respond. Most people would just say thanks or something. It depends on who the person is. Sometimes I say, hey, I'm really starting to worry. I'm seeing that I've texted you like 5 times in the last 3 months with no response. Don't know if this is still your number. Don't know if things are going well, but just send me a emoji. Let me know you're all right. And if I get something, fine. If I don't, then I usually don't try back the next couple of months when I'm doing my rounds through the text messages. Yeah, so you have to decide, again, what friendships you deem worthy of your time. You cannot be friends with everyone, and you can't be close friends with everyone. And people know that, clearly. If you go through your contact list in your cell phone, you clearly aren't close friends with every single one of those people. If you're like me, then at least once a year, you go through your contact list and you start deleting folks. I do that on social media too. But yeah, so at least once a year, sometimes more, I go through my contacts and I start deleting numbers and people that are in there that I clearly know I'm not going to be in contact with anymore. And sometimes it's like businesses or random numbers that I've kept to places that I used to frequent, but now I'm not frequenting them anymore because I'm not settled down in that one place anymore, or I'm probably not going to visit it again or what have you. So you kind of have to do that for your own mental health. I know for me, clearing out that clutter of the contacts is helpful for me. I'm one of those people who clears her inbox out usually as soon as emails come in, but at least twice a week I'm clearing out my inbox. Usually once an email comes in, I look at it, I read it, and I put it in the folder that needs to go in. I have several folders in all my different emails, business email, personal email, and then like my email that I use for like Craigslist ads and random crap like that, like spam. Spam can go there. It doesn't bother me because I pretty much delete everything from that one anyway. But yeah, so that's how you can make yourself available, honestly. When you're struggling with your own mental health and you're trying to be available mentally for other people, that's how you can make yourself available by, 1, having a conversation about the difficulties of friendship and specifically a friendship with you. And 2, reaching out to people periodically just to check on them. No pressure kind of tap on the shoulder. You good? Yeah, I'm good. Okay, cool. So am I. Situation. And 3, cleaning out the clutter of old friendships that you know have just gone. People that you know are no longer going to be part of your life. I hope that helped you. I feel like I didn't touch on that clearly. Maybe I did. Maybe just in my head it didn't come out clearly. I hope I did. So if you have any other questions about this topic, put them down below. So let's have the conversation down in the comments. I will answer as much as I can. The rest, I'll save for another video. Thanks for watching another video from start to finish, but it's not over. You've got a few more seconds coming up. You can help grow the family by liking, sharing, and subscribing. Get your own Vanner stickers, tees, and hoodies. And for exclusive content, check out Patreon.